Hey guys, it's your girl Isha, aka Geek XX Chic, and I'm back with another reaction to Krypton. I am almost caught up. I'm now on episode 9, and this one is called Hope. So, last episode really got crazy towards the end. The two big notable things happening is that Brainiac's emissary turned poor little innocent, open-hearted Ona into a human bomb, an attempt to destroy Sagan and his allies. And Adam Strange used the Zeta Beam to stop, obviously, because if Seg dies, no Superman, stop that from happening. But he also got transported to, I don't know where, I'm assuming it's the future, but that was an assumption, where something very weird is happening. So, this episode is called Hope. I can't imagine where we're going from here. I feel like Seg and the group probably feel like they've won right now, but they don't know that, they don't know what's going on. They don't really know that you know, Brainiac can very easily just pull Gandor from the ground, and they also don't know about Zod's ulterior motives fully, like at least what he's putting into motion. So without further ado, let's jump into this episode. I'm very eager to find out, hopefully, what was going on with Adam and wherever the Zeta Beam took him to. So let's bida boop. Who this? Oh, Rao's emissary. Okay. Ew. It's like he was tasting her. That's nasty. See, this is the thing when you shake up the current system. If you don't have another one ready to go in place, you get chaos. This is the downside of revolution.
I can't lose anyone else.
You're not gonna lose me.
Aww, I want to believe that. Hey, may as well. If the world's going to end, you know, get it in now. I'm just saying though, it's not really a door though, so. Okay. This is inside Brainiac, right? How? What? Oh, it was a dream. Damn, that was vivid. What you up to, Lyta? What you sneaking out in the middle of the night? Hitting that like NyQuil and sneaking out.
We're going to get Doomsday.
Don't you need Seg's blood for... Maybe not. My theory.
And all my work trying to ease people's suffering gave me keen insight into how to inflict it.
Ooh!
I have a lot of questions for you, Darren, and I intend to get answers. And my name is Drax.
They're going for Doomsday.
To think you were all expecting me to screw you guys over.
Yeah. I feel bad for Lyta. I mean, it's her son. What do you do? I don't know. I don't want more of these poor protector people to die. This is so useless. Gandalf? Darth Maul. I don't need you to. I'm telling you!
Lyta, you once asked if I knew who my father was.
I knew it!
I didn't. But I do now.
I knew it! Why no? Y'all could have shot him by now, just for the record. I left Doomsday right here! Right here! This is where I left him!
But it turns out I know these tunnels better than you do. How else do you think we beat you here? When you snuck away in the middle of the night.
Ooh. You know, if these two don't get along, you're gonna disappear, Zod.
Careful.
Ooh.
I didn't do anything.
This doesn't hurt enough. I think you need to turn it up a little.
I trusted you.
Maybe put it on his balls.
The location of the voice of Rao's cache of untraceable solars. You can't buy me. Perhaps you just haven't been offered the right price.
Jesus. Well, you're still here, so clearly he can buy you. Why don't they gag this guy? They don't realize his biggest weapon is right here?
Please, I'll do anything, anything. Just please, please let me.
He grabbed something from you. Check his hands. He totally grabbed something.
Please.
Yep, I see it in his hands. You stupid boy.
We're going to stop Brainiac.
You cannot even stop your own people from trying to take the beast.
Thank you! What he said. Like, we had one job, y'all had to move this, now you want us to deal with your mess? Nah.
Are you really going to shoot me?
Maybe.
Take one step further and find her.
I've stabbed my daughter in the hand.
For a loser, no mercy will be shown.
Yeah, that's what happens.
I accept.
Oh, no. No. No, no, no. What have you done, Lyta? What have you done? This is so hard. Oh, wow. That accelerated quickly. Oh, I don't want to watch this. I really hope whatever she put in his neck, it has ranged attack. Oh, please make this stop. I'm not okay with this. Oh, if you call out Mummy, I swear to God. Oh, Lyta girl, I don't know if I can forgive that shit.
We have to go.
You've made the wrong choice, Lyta, but oh, it's so hard!
What is it? Ever the survivor.
Thank God that thing has unlimited range. Oh my God, if he crashes into the fortress, I'm gonna lose my shit. Oh, Jaina, you deserve better than this, sweetie. You really did. Ooh. Maybe the underground people will take her in. They have a salve that works really well, apparently. Oh, wait, there was the weirdo in the cape. Is this Gandalf? Is that her brother? Who is this? So many questions. I hope it's her brother. What is happening? It's really creepy to have just floating embryos, FYI. That's just very disconcerting.
What are they?
Clones.
Ah, that makes sense though. I mean, if you're gonna have a chamber like that, you might as well clone yourself.
You know you want to.
Wow, that failed epically. Oh, y'all should have just shot the power plug. I don't know why I wasn't your first option.
Val-El died 14 cycles ago.
No, he didn't.
What? Got brain all over me. Can you get your key, please?
To be 100% honest, I really didn't expect that to happen.
Oh, you broke the force field. Now it's gonna be awful cold in Kandor. Well, that's only one city, to be honest, but okay, well, that was a very dark episode considering the fact that it was called Hope. Actually. Oh, Krypton. Oh, Sag. Oh, everybody. A lot went on in that episode. That was heavy. that was heavy. Everything just got so messy, and I like it. I love when shows and writing can make it where there's no such thing as necessarily clear lines to be drawn, clear sides to be taken. Everyone's kind of got their own reasons for doing what they've got to do, but wow, this was a rough one on a lot of levels. And but like I said, it's empathetic. You can be empathetic to the plight of just about everyone. Let's just jump right in. There's quite a bit that happened here. You know, the cost of revolution was brought out right at the beginning of the episode, and I'm glad that they showed that, because that's the thing that, you know, as much as a certain system may be awful in a lot of ways, and I don't think there's any system in the world today that's perfect. There's always going to be some aspects that aren't quite great. Point is, it's a system. And a lot of people don't recognize the amount of work and the amount of the gears that are in motion to make a society actually be able to function. And for you to be able to, like, if you're able to get up in the morning and brush your teeth with clean water and one shower, and then eat some food that you have in your electrified refrigerator, and then go out to work in your vehicle on roads, you know, that have traffic laws, and then get to work and be able to do whatever it is you do in order to make money that comes electronically into your account, but also work that dispenses and usually has a service or something, or a good that goes back into society. All of those things are all part of a system that's been put in place that took not like years, sometimes decades, millennia to put into place. And so when you go and rip one of those out with a revolution, a lot of times revolutionaries don't always look at the fact that while it's all idealistic to think, oh, well, I think we could do better, or I don't like this, so let's rip it out, they often don't look at the fact that, oh, but if I do that, what am I going to put in place of this system that I've dismantled? And a lot of times they don't have an answer for that. And then chaos. As we saw, Kandor is in utter chaos right now. No one's enforcing everything. We've got the Sagittarii who are like live to serve but have no one to serve. We've got the people who don't have any sense of protection or leadership. We've got, you know, the rebels thinking they can take over, but they don't even know where to begin to start putting things back together. So it's, you know, it just, I love that the show really brought out that that's the downside. There's a cost to revolution that a lot of people don't think of, and a lot of revolutionaries don't necessarily, you know, understand that you can't necessarily like rip out one system without having another one ready to be in place that you can actually put into action. Because if you don't, everything falls apart, even from the lowest levels. So let's just get right into, because it's gonna probably be the longest part of my video, Lyta's actions in this episode. Well, first of all, I was right. Let's just put out there that I was right about Zod being the child. I thought, I can't think he's a Seg and he's an L. We don't know, because Seg was the only person who put his blood on the thing first. So I'm like, we don't know for certain whether or not Zod was a Seg and an L, or if it was the mixture, but I'm like, I bet you it was just Zod. I think he knows that Seg is his father, but he kept that on the DL for reasons. That makes things complicated, because General Zod's an ass. Like, he's such a dick. And it sucks that that's potentially the only child that the two of them ever had together. I mean, there's this weird place that they're in where I understand, like, Lyta's whole plight where it comes to was his name June, or I think it was Duno. I didn't hear his name, but I'd have to listen again. But whatever is for, I think he said Juno or something. She had such a terrible relationship in her, like, you know, with her mother growing up. You know, like, she did not have the relationship she would have wanted with Jaina. You know, Jaina, I love in this episode, it was the family dynamics of the Zod family once again kind of coming up, being such a crazy but realistic viewpoint of how family dynamics can be. You've got Jaina, who, as we explored back a few episodes ago with the whole House of Zod, she raised Lyta the only way that she knew how, the way she was raised, the way she thought made her good at what she needed to do. She raised her based on a system that she thought was going to last forever. You know, the gilded system. She did everything she could in her mind to make Lyta the best protector and guardian and Zod that she knew how. And as she said, as these, you know, this, with seeing Lyta, the way that Lyta's grown and changed and bucked that system the whole way, and also the way things have transpired in the last few weeks, she's really started to see all of it in a different light. Like, she's like, I know now, maybe I was wrong. Like, maybe this wasn't the right way. But unfortunately for Lyta, you know, some of that was obviously her perception of the way that her mother raised her, but also a lot of it, you know, there's a deeper issue, which I'm not going to get too much into, but Lyta has to realize a lot of it was also her own perceptions. Right? But anyways, digressing with Lyta, I see now why she felt the need to just cling on to her son this way, because she's like, you know, I don't want to be the mother my mom was. You know, I always thought that I'd be a good nurturing, or what her mind was like, a nurturing mother versus what she grew up with. But seeing the way that Zod's turned out, I think in her mind she's trying to like maybe fix things, like maybe if I was different. But in the end, I mean, with that whole thing with the fight and the duel and the two of them against each other, I mean, I can't hate on my girl Lyta. Like, that's Sophie's choice right there, your mama or your kid. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know what I do in that situation. What, like, you birthed, the both of them are a part of you, a massive part of you. And for Jane, or for Lyta, like, her mom was the only family she had up until this point, but then this is her boy. And I don't know, that's a choice that I can't even begin to fathom. I would never want to be in it. I don't have a child, so I can't possibly understand that connection, but from what I've understood, I mean, I know my mom would die for me. I know my mom would kill for me. Like, she's always made that abundantly clear. So I don't know, like, if I had a child, maybe I would have to choose them over I don't even know. I can't even think about it. The idea just makes me like, my whole being is disturbed with the idea of that choice. But that's why I can't really hate on Lyta for this, because it was a ridiculously hard choice. And while yes, she didn't know Zod, this was her first, you know, interaction with this. She's only known him for what, maybe a week, but it's still, you know, we've already known when it comes to human connection, a familial bond can form like that. And so, and I think with her too, like the fact that this is her and Seg is another big emotional tie for her, where this child's concerned even if he is off the rails. But I also think that Lyta deep down thinks she can control Zod in some way or shape him, and I don't think she realizes just how far gone he is. Like, that he will kill Lyta if he has to get what he, like, if he's willing to kill his grandmama, like, Lyta, you're not special. Like, he will kill you too. Yeah, it was rough. It was rough. It was rough to see her with Seg, but I understand that, like, and I have to, that's one of the things I like about Lyta, is that she doesn't allow a guy to kind of cloud her judgment when it comes to what she thinks is important. She loves Seg to death. I think that's absolutely undisputable, but this is something that has nothing really to do with Seg. Her love for her child is separate from what she has going on with her husband, with her boyfriend. So it's just a very gray area. It was very murky all around, and like, I feel badly for everyone. I feel bad for Seg. I think Seg always thought he would be her first choice, but Seg's made a lot of impulsive choices where he's picked what he wanted and what he thought was important over what was, you know, good for Lyta as well. So they're both kind of guilty of not necessarily always putting each other first, but they're also not married, and they're also not really obligated to do that in this point in their lives. So it's rough. And I mean, if Zod is still standing there, I have to assume that he and Lyta still work it out at some point, or that she's already pregnant. That's my guess. And I said that, I think, in like episode 2, that I think Lyta's already pregnant and we just don't know yet. But clearly nothing happens there if Zod's still standing. That kind of goes into all the stuff with Nyssa. I mean, whatever. Nyssa, like I said from a while ago, she clearly cares about Seg. She does, or I should say she respected Seg before, but I think she's grown to care about him. And obviously when someone saves your life, that does tend to give you a little bit of a, I can't remember the name of the syndrome, but you kind of become obsessed a little bit with somebody who goes through the motions of saving your life. You know, I'm not mad completely. Like, I mean, I don't really, like, you know, I prefer Seg and Lyta, but I mean, at this point, Seg is feeling betrayed, and he has every right to. And Nyssa has been pretty steadfast since she was saved. She has pretty much been consistently about helping Seg out, and he needed someone in this episode. He needed someone to back him up on what he felt was the right mission to go to. So we'll see where it goes. I mean, I don't think he loves I don't think he's in love with Nyssa. I don't think that's there. This is, I think, more of a thing of, I feel betrayed right now and you're here. I guess that's all there really is to say about that. Nothing really happened. They didn't actually get to kiss because they realized that they broke the city. But before we get to that, the whole thing with Darren Vex and figuring out that there had been this protocol in place about cloning the elite, I'm wondering what the Black Zero leader is planning to do. Like, Primitive thought she might just blow it all up so there's no chance to bring back these people who, because remember, the whole council's been killed by Brainiac, but I can't think of what else she's planning to do. Like, it just seems interesting that she's decided to open that up. It also makes me wonder who's in that chamber. Like, are there some L's in that chamber potentially? Some more L's that we don't know about? But that was kind of crazy to find out, and I don't know. I honestly don't know where we're going with that, so I'm very interested to find out. We're going to find out in the finale. The other thing that was a big thing that came out of this as well was, of course, the fact that it looks like I think it's Jaina's brother. Like I said, I wasn't sure if he died because no body was ever recovered, and it seems like this big frozen zone outside of the cities is not completely uninhabitable. But we also heard that his grandpa, that Seg's grandpa, might actually still be alive. which is insane. I just, that blew my mind. I was not expecting that at all. But hey, if he survived and he's living out there somewhere, that could be very helpful in helping Seg understand why Adam's plight has to happen. And that also brings out the fact that Adam was completely absent this episode, so I'm sad. I wanted to know what was going on. But yeah, good episode. There was a lot going on, a lot more on the plot side of things, a lot more in relationships and how messy things get when it comes to relationships and loyalties. Like, I can't really be team anyone at the moment. Like, I feel like everyone did what they felt they had to do to survive in this episode, and it was sad. It was sad that, you know, some people got hurt and feelings got hurt, but that's humanity, right? That's how life is. We don't always walk through unscathed, but it'll come down to whoever really loves and trusts each other in the end of this is gonna pull through it. I'm glad we hopefully haven't lost Jaina, and we'll see how this all comes down, because Brainiac is here. He's here. The shield of Kandor is down. What's gonna happen next? I really am excited to find out and see what's gonna come of all of it. I just want to know how they're going to end this season. If it's going to be a cliffhanger, if we're actually going to fix what's going wrong here, because Superman's cape is real short. So thanks so much for watching this along with me, guys. This was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you like this video, guys, please click like. And if you want to see more from this geeky face, please click subscribe. Until next time, see ya.